Introducing first, he fights out of the red corner. He weighed in at 125 pounds. He's wearing the black trunks. He's a veteran of 44 professional fights. His record stands at 38 victories with 6 defeats, 24 wins by knockout. From Mérida, Yucatan, Mexico, ranked number 9 by the WBC, here is the former WBC featherweight champion of the world, Guti Espada.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Rocky Juarez.
All right, boxers, you received my instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. All right, let's touch gloves. Have a good, clean fight. That's good.
The ring experience between Espadas and Juarez, obviously a big advantage for Espadas. He has fought pro 8 more years. Championship rounds, of course, the former champion, 35 championship rounds. And most recently, just last October, he was in against Eric Morales, the upper echelon. Rocky Juarez. He said, you know, everyone looks back at my fight against Zahir Rahim and talks about referee Roberto Gonzalez and how it harmed Zahir Rahim and how the points were deducted. What they don't realize is that it hurt me too because it took away my rhythm and it took away my ability to work on the inside.
And that's from a kid who's a real even-mannered kid, Rocky Juarez. He doesn't make excuses. He doesn't do a lot of talking. Been fighting since he was a little kid. We've seen all that already. Rocky Juarez is easy to cheer for and like as a fighter, and probably even easier to like as a person. But tonight, he's got a former world champion in front of him. Former WBC champion Espadas. Espadas' best shot for this fight to go his way, Joe, is to use that height. You look at him, you see he's tall, he's lean. Usually lean guys like that, they get good leverage, they can punch. He's got a good wingspan. He should be on the outside doing that, using his jab in boxing. Guess what? He doesn't do that too long. Espadas gives into that Mexican heritage, that great heart, and he usually at some point gives up that height and winds up coming in small, coming into close quarters, which is good for our audience. But in this fight, maybe an advantage to Juarez. Since that's not what Espadas can be counted on to do, to use his height, Joe, the next best thing, be busy. He's a guy that throws a lot of punches. Juarez, very economical, sometimes gives you an opportunity to outwork him. But where Juarez has the big advantage, I think, is in close. His punches a little shorter, a little more concise, technique better, and Espadas a little fatter, a little wider with the shots. Look for Juarez to try to land something inside a punch from Espadas.
Doubling up the left hand now. Teddy, you brought up the height advantage of Espadas if he chooses to use it and stay at range. Not often you look down at a featherweight matchup and see a 5'9", 125-pound fighter. Juarez 5'4", checked in right at the featherweight limit of 126.
When you have long arms like Espadas, Joe, you don't need me to tell you that you should fight on the outside. You can get there at a safe distance before the shorter man, in this case Juarez, can get to you. But when you get inside, which I think Espadas making a mistake right now on the inside with Juarez, he might not pay for it right away, but later on, you take those long arms, and now you got to pull them back to punch. You leave an opening. The shorter arm Juarez, he can get inside that opening.
Espadas and Juarez at the end of the first round.
Time.
Welcome back to Bally's in Atlantic City. Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas, Jeremy Schaap, Brian Kenny, and Evander Holyfield all here with you for this big night of boxing. Look at the punches in round one between Guti Espadas and Rocky Juarez. When you look at that total, Espadas was 5 of 54 on his jabs.
You've heard me talk about temperament, styles, technique, but temperament. You are attached to your temperament. Just like a person growing up is attached to their upbringing, to their parents, to what they learn at home. Juarez has a very even-keeled, conservative, almost quiet temperament. He fights like that. Effective, smart, tries to be productive, obviously. He doesn't want to waste anything. He tries to make everything count. That is his strength. He's very rarely out of position. He's technically very solid. Been taught very well. Looks to make everything count. Goes to the body, which serves him in long fights. If there's a way to get to Juarez, to make his people in the corner nervous during a fight, it's to be busy. And sometimes Juarez can have spots where he allows you to just out-hustle a little bit with that temperament serving him looking for shots.
The thinking there, Teddy, being that the selective efficiency of Juarez would not be noticed as much as just the pure volume by the opponent. And the judges would see that through. Now, Teddy, you talk about the temperament. Boy, in our first fight, where Juarez may be efficient, economical, and that's his temperament, Dominic Gwynn at times was downright lethargic.
He wasn't. He was a guy who paid for that sort of makeup in his character that has shown or reared its head throughout his career.
Oh, and there's that left hand from Rocky Juarez.
And you know where it came?
What a shot.
Joe, it comes from Espadas giving up his height, throwing long punches. He ain't gonna make it. He's reaching in, and he gets caught. A beautiful counter left hook by Juarez. And you talk about economical. You talk about making it count. You talk about effective punches that mean something. Rocky Juarez just delivered.
What a statement by Rocky Juarez.
Espadas gave him the opportunity, and Juarez, the smart fighter, the fighter who can counter a little bit, took advantage. Espadas gave up his height, threw his punches a little fat, reached in. Juarez stepped back and invited him, and then a beautiful left hook unleashed to the chin of the former world champion, Espadas. You know, Joe, you were talking about Gwynn just before that. One of the differences with Juarez, we talked about temperaments. Juarez, when he's not working, he'll step out. He won't let you work, and that's what he did there. That was a big difference, a subtle one, but a big one. Juarez, even though sometimes he's not working, he'll step out and don't let you work. And he forced the Espadas to reach in a little bit, and it served Juarez very well, that little move.
Let's take a look at the one-punch knockout.
Juarez sets up a nice uppercut, and then he takes his step back, and he gets his Espadas just walking, following him. Again, the uppercut, and then a little step back, and a beautiful left hook that Espadas, I can guarantee you, never saw coming. The last thing Espadas saw was his eyes were directed off to the side for the uppercut. And then the left hook, that step back by Juarez, created the room and opportunity for that left hook to be that kind of punch.
Rocky Juarez in impressive fashion. And Teddy, let's put this in perspective. Guti Espadas fought in Mexico for the first 19 fights of his career. Then he comes to America and was knocked out. That was 1996 against Daryl Pinckney. Then he goes on a tear, becomes WBC champion of the world. The only other man to knock out Guti Espadas in the course of the last 8 years was Eric Morales. Welcome to the next level, Rocky Juarez. For the official particulars, let's head up to the ring to Jake Gutierrez.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Eddie Cotton reaches a count of 10 the winner by knockout victory at 2 minutes 24 seconds of the second round, and still WBC Continental America's featherweight champion, Ricardo Roque